everybody, and welcome back to Musings by Nikki. I am Nikki, and these are my musings for the day. I am in the midst of making a Tracy Fox design team project. Trying to talk too fast and be cool. Anyway, I already made some tags. If you were with me in a previous video, I made, I made this cool layered flippy taggy thing here that I really do love. That has like a side pocket tag here. So if you don't know about this thing that I'm holding right now in my hands, then go check out, it'll either be 1 or 2 videos, I think, ago. And then, now I just pulled that out and I'm trying to, there we go. And then I just designed up a couple more tags, and then I did go ahead and sew up and design a couple more tags. And those are in my pile of ephemera for the project that I'm working on right now. And then I showed you how I made the base for these, and these are going to be little booklet things, majiggas. And so I'm going to just make one of these up today too. And I've done similar things to this in the past using some of Tracy's kits. This is just the way that it comes printed. And instead of cutting the separate panels apart, I just use the space in between them as they're printed as like little mini spines. And so I get my scoreboard out. I put scores along the 2 sides there of the image. And then I fold them. You can see it better here where there's, inking done. And then I just fold them, and it makes this nice little tri-fold. Now, the spines do make it a little bit, like I said in my previous video, they make it a little bit too bulky to put like in the middle of a signature because it would be hard to write over. But they're good like in between 2 signatures where I have a little bit more space, or at the front or the back. And I think that's probably what I will end up doing with this, is gluing it into either the front or back of a journal, and then it'll open up and do fun things. So we are not going to necessarily decorate the back side of it, but we will do the front. Actually, this one, I'm going to make one as a standalone piece. I'm going to make this as a standalone piece that might be able to just get tucked into something, or maybe I make a big front pocket that this tucks into. So I'm going to make it as a standalone piece now that I thought about that. So let's see, what am I gonna, I've got, like I showed you this, I'm working with Tracy's Grungy Wallpapers kit, and the Grungy Wallpapers samples, I think it's called, or swatches. And then I did some die cutting with them. So I want to put, you know what, I think I'll put one of these on the inside. And I'm also working with her Poetry of Flowers. And I love this kit too. It's very pretty. So I think I'm going to make a big pocket on the front here with one of these. So let's see. Do I want to do a flower, or do I want to do like that and then decorate with a... It's not, I've been using a bunch of the pieces already, so some of the smaller flowers, oh wait, I have some smaller flowers still over here in this other bucket of stuff. So I still have some smaller flowers over here. So I could do that. I could make this big pocket here on the front, and then put a couple of flowers and collage up some of this. So I think I will do that, and I will probably sew this on and make this big pocket, and then we'll make a tag to go in there. But before I sew that on, I want to make sure there's nothing that I'm going to try and sew on the back that would need to go underneath that. So I think I want to put one of these, I'm going to put a signature in here, because this one's a little bit wider than this one. So I think I'm going to put a little notebook signature in here. And so we'll probably make a pocket here, or we'll do that. I like that better. Let's do that. So we'll put that there. And then what are we going to do here? I have some of these little round tags that I made from like inspired by Wendy's Journal Adventures. And one of those could go there, and then there could be a pocket. Or I suppose I could put 2 of them on the page too. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Maybe we could cover it with book page first though, so it's not so white. And then we could do this, and we'll have a signature in. So okay, if I do these though, first things first. If I do those, I do not need to worry about sewing anything on there first before I sew this. But let's put book page on there first. So I'm gonna grab some. Ooh, human heart. If you were watching my previous video, you will know that I want to make sure that I'm not putting, you know, Hitler or anything egregious or horrible. I'm gonna just trim. The lovely thing about book pages is it gives you a pretty good guide to hand trim along the edge of the type there. So I'm going to do that, and we will just cover that whole panel with this book page. So I'm going to get out my trusty dusty, and I'm going to actually put this right down so I can go right up to the edges. How are y'all doing today? I always think, you know what, I feel obligated to say that because we all ask that when we do our videos, don't we? How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing good. But, I mean, I truly do. That is a true statement. It's not just cliche or mandatory to say. I really do truly hope that you guys are doing good. I just wish that you could answer back when I say, how are you all doing today? I wish you could all say, oh, I'm doing good. Here's what I'm up to. That's why I need to have another live. I haven't had a live for a while. I think I said this in my last one too. One of my last videos. I often use if you ever see me do this, I often use the lid of my glue stick as like a smoothing device. But it works well. Okay. Now we will trim around that. This is me concentrating. Well, I've got it all. Oh, geez, I'm all up close to the camera, so you can see though. Isn't that a gorgeous? This is one of my favorite patterns. The grungy wallpaper kit you get. I don't even know. It's like 5 or 6 pages full of large size swatches. This is the larger size swatch, but then you also get like mediums and smalls. It's a generous kit, but then again, most of Tracy's are generous kits. And I am inking, I'm inking, because I spend half of my time crafting, inking. Okay, now these little disky guys will look even more cutesier. I want one with a butterfly on either side, like that. Yepsies, but I'm not gonna put those on until I sew. I'm trying to get ahead of myself, guys. Don't let me do it. I'm going to sew this on right now before, right? Stop and think. Yes. I'm going to sew this on right quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I sewed all the way around. I sewed all the way around because I figured that would catch any edges of this book paper that want to like loosen up at all. So now I feel like we can go ahead and glue these guys in. And these, you know, in case you are wondering, are just 2.5. This is a 2.5 inch circle. Let's see, is that what it is? Nope, it's like bigger. It's like a 2 3/4 inch circle in the background. And then another one in the front here cut in half that makes the pocket. And then this is a 2 inch circle inside. So that's all that is. And then I've put some little flowers. So I use this wallpaper kit, if in case you didn't watch my other video. I have used this wallpaper kit to do die cutting out of the swatches. I mean, that's kind of the awesome thing about this, is that they all coordinate together. I mean, that in as much as that they're heavily patterned wallpaper swatches, you know, vintage wallpaper swatches. So they all coordinate together. Yet they're all different. So they, you know, you can do all kinds of punches out of them, and it makes this lovely texture because they're all just slightly different. And some of them have like a border. So this one I punched out of one that had a border along one edge of it. Or this one I punched, you know, specifically so that this wide part would capture the wider part of the border there. And then some are literally just, you know, a consistent pattern. They make great backgrounds, but like I said, I showed you here, I've been doing die cutting out of them. I die cut and made a bunch of flower embellishments out of a bunch of the swatch pieces. So yeah, this is a great kit. Okay, so we have that. Now I wanted to put this here, so we can probably go ahead. Let's see, let's think. Do I want to cover this in book page? Do I want to cover all of them? Do I just want to go ahead and cover them all? The inside pages? Maybe this one. Maybe not this one. That might be a little too much. Although, is there a such thing as too much, guys, honestly? Let's get another page. And... yeah. Is there a such thing as too much? Yeah, there is, honestly. I was going to say no, not really, but I think at some point, you can overdo it. I've been there. Okay, let's do this side too. Trusty glue stick. Layer down around the edges. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know why this just popped into my head right now, but if you did watch my previous video, you will have seen that at the end of it, I had a moment where I was trying to think of if the punching bags that hang from the ceiling are called medicine bags or medicine balls, and I pretty much just lost it for a brief moment as I felt really stupid. And so, like, the first thing I did when I got done filming, oops, I don't want to catch as much white space down here. One of the first things I did when I shut the camera off was go on the internet, go to the interwebs and to the Google, and checked. And it is indeed called a medicine ball. And the reason it's called that is because I even wanted to check that out too while I was at it. I think that's really interesting, the origin of words, like things like that, where you go, why is that called that? It's called that, I now know, because they used to make something that was full of, well, they thought a couple different things. One theory was that they used to make something, it was almost back to like Hippocrates, or someone would make things like a bag that was full of medicine and have people, or things that were good for you or something, and have people throw it around because it was thought to be good for your health, which of course, right? That's why we punch them today. That's why they do them, is because it's good for your health and coordination, I would imagine. But also, save that piece, check that piece. Okay, there we go. But also, later on, apparently the word medicine is synonymous with health, And so again, kind of the same concept though, is that people would throw this bag around in some fashion, and that was thought to be good for your health. So, you know, exercise and cardio and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, see, I like not having the middle. That would be maybe a bit much. Plus, you won't see that because the signature will be there. Although, we'll put something there. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this guy. And I'm just going to glue around these 3 edges. I'm going to leave the top edge open so we can put a taller tag in there as well. So let's do that. You know, the other nice thing about this kit is that you can totally use it on its own, like I'm doing right now, to kind of create your own ephemera. Or, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record, but you can, you know, with Tracy's kits, you can use them in conjunction. So this Poetry of Flowers kit that I'm using goes so well with this wallpaper kit. They go together really well. But honestly, you know, you can use these as tag backgrounds and to make tags, and it comes as a set of tags as well, which I've got cut out here, and you can use them with lots of different kits. Okay, I like it. I like it so far. We've got to come up with something to put there, and this needs some help. This needs some help. So let's start doing some layering. I'm almost wondering, do I want to make like a second? Do I want to make a second pocket? Nah, I didn't want it to get too bulky. So we'll do some little layering here. We've got some pieces and bits and stuff and junk. Let's do a piece of that. And some flowers, maybe the language of flowers down there. I want the flowers to be on top. But this needs something behind it because it's going to get lost. Let's see. Nope. Ooh, maybe. Promising. Yep. Scraps of Sari Silk to the rescue. This is where I have to go in on my no brain, no overthinking it collage method. Otherwise, I would sit here and stare. So for all of you that say you have a hard time collaging, I used to really struggle, and sometimes I still do, with trying to do collage stuff like this. But I really just have to, if I have a bunch of coordinated pieces of stuff, I just have to kind of trust my gut and start going in on it. Okay. And then I'm going to put this piece down over there-ish. And like that. And then we'll put this there, maybe a little askew, but it needs some other something. Yeah, I think so. This might need cheesecloth behind it because cheesecloth goes behind everything to make it cooler. Okay. The other day, so I've been, having an ordeal with my hands, and so I've been doing some doctoring, and every time that you know, when I meet with a new doctor or something, then they'll say, what do you do for a living? Do you work outside the home? Da, da, da. So then I have to explain, because this is what I do. I don't, I worked in special ed for a while, and I ran did a nonprofit for a while. But for the last couple years, this has been my full-time gig. So trying to explain it to people, though, if you think about somebody who's no idea what junk journaling is about, and then the doctor's like, so what do you do? And you say, oh, well, usually I say, I'm an artist. I do art. And they go, oh, that's super cool. What kind of art do you do? And I think most of the time in their head, they're assuming it's like, you do painting or drawing or something like that. And then I say, well, I make journals. I make junk journals. And then they usually just do that, like, cocked head to the side, look at you like, what? And then I struggled through trying to explain what the heck a junk journal is, and usually do a fairly bang up job of that. Not really at all. And then end up just handing them my business card and saying, here, just go here and figure it out. Nope, I don't like that. I was thinking it needed something else, but I think it's fine the way it is. Do you guys have a hard time explaining? How do you explain what this is that we do? Because honestly, I think people hear the word junk journal. So here are the tag bases too. You get a whole stinking ton of tag bases as well, small, medium, and large. And I've already used a whole bunch of these, and there's still this many left. Like I said, this is a very gracious kit. And I think these are going to fit one of these big ones. But I want to use a color that's not, that'll coordinate. That's not already in there. That green, that'll look kind of nice, I think. So how do you explain what it is that we do? How do you explain? I've tried to use the word like heirloom journal before. And maybe that comes right even, so I maybe want to trim it down just a hair. I've said like heirloom journal. Heirloom journals. If I say hand-bound journals, then I feel like people think, I mean, just like the, totally blank inside hand-bound journal. I want to, rounding the corners slightly makes it a little easier to get down in the pocket there. And now I'm debating, do I want to put any sort of string or sari silk on there? I might. To be continued. Okay, so let's fill this guy up. Tracy also has out some fabulous, beautiful new sets of tea cards. So we'll put a couple of these guys in because they're pretty. And again, I know I say this most of the time, but I print my ephemera on almost exclusively on ivory cardstock. I like the little bit of heft it gives it, but without over bulking it. Sometimes I print it on regular paper and back it with like coffee stained paper or something, but most of the time not. Also, here we go. Oops, come on now. It comes with some tickets, so let's put a ticket in there, huh? Okay, now we need something a bit taller, and then I think one of these medium ones will fit back behind it, all the way behind it. So let's go yellow. I like this yellow. Yep. And then let's do, oh, sorry, I've already got that. Let's do this one. That's pretty. I like that one too. This one, I think I will put, I'm going to put some sort of sari silk on there. And then, let's see if I've got one of these flowers will fit in this one. I'm going to round the corners on those too, because like I said, it wants to go, it'll go down in their pocket easier. This one. I love this die. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, I want to put something right there, and I see it. I see what I want. Right there. Yep. And of course, cheesecloth. I just love how these are kind of, it's kind of got that shabby chic, slightly grungy, dirty vibe to it, these kits. But I love how vintagey and pretty it all is too. Sorry, squeaky chair. There. Texture, texture, texture. All right, and then let's put one of these. And we'll punch a hole and see what I have right around on my desk. I don't know if I'm going to have anything to go right through here. Oh wait, I do have that. I do have a bin of stuff just over here, buried under some things. And if I do recall, haha, I do have just a bit of lovely leafy green sari silk to put through there, which just goes perfectly with this color scheme. There we go. Okay, yeah, and since that sticks out a little bit, I'll probably put something on there too, but in a moment. Okay, so far I am loving, and then we need something here. So let's take a look, see at these guys again. So I want to put just one of these and another. Well, this one's pretty. It's a little too wide-ish. Do I want to do this? Or I have been using these seed packets. I could use one of those as a pocket. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put one of these on as a pocket right there. And let's see. I might make it a side loading pocket behind it as well. So we'll glue around these edges. And put it over to this side a little more. Okay. Gluey fingers. And I bet one of those medium-sized tags will fit perfectly down in here. And that might fit. Yeah. Let's do that. But let's put a a tab on there so it doesn't get lost going back in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna put this tab on there. And then I will be able to retrieve it. And that's totally upside down. I don't think it matters. The font. I just realized there's text on there, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Okay. So that'll go in behind there. But I'm not going to put it in there because I'm going to give this just a second to dry and make sure that that's all the way dry. Oh, and the back of that's not inked. And then I think we'll try one of these medium tags to see if they fit in there. Perfect. But I don't like that color there. I like that one. See how some of them have this pretty kind of like border along the top? That's lovely. All right, so, but it needs something. It needs, oh, let's do maybe a flower. But maybe a pearl. Oh yeah, because the writing will be here, so it would be okay to do that with the pearl there. Except that one matches too much. Too matchy-matchy, and it's going to get lost. Well, that one stands out a little more. What's this one? Or that one stands out. That one stands out even better, I think. We'll go with that one. And maybe put it over to the side a little bit so it's not so like straight down the middle. Okay. Lovely. Awesome. Yes. And then this here. Yes. And those back up there. Then, okay. And like I said, I'm not going to do anything to the back. I know I said that I was going to make this as a freestanding piece, and which it still could, and I could still put something on the back later, but I'm not going to put anything on there now because, just because I might end up gluing this in, and then that would, anything there would be wasted effort. So now I need to make the little signature to go in here. So I need to know, I need a measurement of how wide to make it, and then I'll go cut down my paper. So let's go, I don't want to come all the way over to the edge, so like 3 1/2, just shy of 3 1/2 by 6 1/4. Okay, so that means if it's 3 1/2, I need my papers to be 7 wide and 7 by 6 1/4. So I'm going to go cut out some papers 7 by 6 1/4, and I will be right back. Okay, there's my signature cut down to, yep, just about the right size. So I've got 4 sheets, so it'll be a little 16 sheet signature. So let's fold them in half. And this is some super yummy, grungy paper that I've had for a while. And last but not least, okay, let's check and make sure that's gonna, whoops, fit in there well. Whoops, wrong way, but you know, get the point. Actually, that could go on top too, I suppose, huh? Nah, this side is wider, so it makes better sense. And it closes better that way. Okay, so now I am going to use my stapler to attach this to the thing. And what I want to do is take my signature and the fold and line it up as close to the middle of the spine. So line the fold up as close in the middle of the little mini spine as I can. Now you could sew this in. You could zip down it with your sewing machine, but I'm going to staple. But it is tricky because I want the flat side of the staple to be on the outside of this so it doesn't catch on things. So I have to really just kind of hold tight. So I got to make sure that this is lined up and the fold is lined up in the middle of my little tiny spine there. And then a smart person right here would binder clip it or something, but that is, you know, a smart person. So I'm going to come in and just hope against hope that I've got it lined up and then slam a staple down through. Why doesn't it want to go through? Guys, I might have to sew it. I think this is too bulky and it's not letting it close. Even though I just tried my Herculean hammer smash. So I think what I'm going to have to do is zip it through the sewing machine, which is fine. So I'm going to, when I do that though, here's my trick for that. I take a pen or a pencil or something, and so that I make sure that I just very, very lightly go right along my fold line so that I can see where I am going with my sewing machine. So I'm going to just zip over here, line this up, and zip over here and zip this through my machine. Okay, there we go. I sewed along there. So now my signature is in the spine there, see? Right in the spine of the book. So let's fold that down, fold that back, make sure all the pages. You could decorate the pages like you would a mini junk journal at this point, except I think that would make it too bulky and make it really hard to close. It's already starting to poof up just slightly now that I have that signature in there. So it's definitely, like if I put this in the front cover of a journal, I will need to run something behind it so that I can tie it shut, because it's going to need to be held shut so it doesn't poof open. And I need something here though, but I don't want to make it bulky. I wonder if I just put a piece of, I wonder if it's just purely decorative. Maybe I should put a piece of book page there. Indecisive, indecisive. You know what? Maybe I'll put, I wonder if a big tag would slip through that as a belly band. Yeah. I think I'll do that. I'm going to zip right along the edges of that with my sewing machine. Hold on. Okay. Oops. I'll cut that off. And there's got to be some more threads back here. And one here. Okay. Now it is essentially a belly band. And that just gives us one more element. And I'm not going to do anything more than that. I don't want to do any layering because I don't want to bulk it up any more than it is. So there we go, guys. Finished product. I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. Yeah, this will look really cute in the front of a journal. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is, on whatever side of this fantastic globe of ours that you live on. And until I see you guys next time, have a wonderful, well, I just said, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. Until I see you guys next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay peaceful, stay crafty. And I wish you happiness and blessings. So God bless, guys. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.